Pero te van a salir los comentarios. Y puedes saludar.
Okay. Hi everyone. ¿De dónde puedo ver cuánto se conecta?
Aquí. Cuando la gente se va conectando, ahí te viene apareciendo. ¿Okay?
Enjoy. Thank you. Hi everyone. I'm gonna give a couple of seconds and wait somebody connected. If somebody gets connected and you can see me and you can hear me, I will really appreciate if you can say that in the comments. Also, let me know if my voice sounds a little bit louder or we have to turn down a little bit the volume. If you can help me a little bit with it, I will really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit more. Let's see if somebody's already connected. Excellent. Okay, we can see you. Perfect. Thank you. Let me know about the noise of my voice. If during the live you heard me like really low, let me know also in the comments. I can see them, so I will speak a little bit louder. But if you think the volume is okay, we'll leave it like that. So I want to see if we can get another more connected, another one. I see we already have 2 people. Let's wait a little. Yes, okay, I think we're ready to go. I introduced myself. My name is Rachel. I am part of the AGF México Properties staff. And I want to share with you today a really seasonal topic and one of my favorite hobbies too, that is about a really beautiful Mexican tradition, the piñatas. We have here one. This is today going to be my companionships. And also, I want you to know that we are at one of the AGF México Properties. It's a beautiful and huge apartment on Selvanova. This is located in Playa del Carmen. It's a 3-bedroom apartment, a really big living area. We have this beautiful 6 dining table. We also have a really spacious kitchen. If you can see this, oh my god, this is just part of the beauty of the apartment. So for any more information, you can go directly to the AGF Mexico Properties website, also the Facebook, or also you can look through Wizard Riviera Maya. So saying this, let's start with some facts about the piñatas, which is really interesting because looking through the internet, I have to admit it, it's a hobby, something that I like to do, but I never know the complete history. I looked through the internet, I was wondering a little bit, and I found that we have to thank you a little bit to China because this tradition comes from them. Actually, this tradition is assigned to the ancient China. They used to do this for the New Year's Eve, and they used to fabric like bull or cow's figures, fill them with seed, and after they break the piñata, they burned it and they give away all the ashes. So this used to mean like good luck in the new incoming year. After this, Marco Polo was the one who decided to take it to Europe, which is really interesting because he takes it to Italy and there they name it piñata. My Italian is not really good, I speak really basic Italian. I don't know if I'm saying okay. If you know how it's pronounced, please let me know in the comments. I would really think that too. But that's like the first name as known as this beautiful tradition. After this, it goes all the way through Europe, and then it gets to Spain. And Spain bring it to Mexico at the beginnings of the 16th century. So we're good, okay, we're really okay until there. But what you don't know is that also the Aztecs has this beautiful tradition. They celebrated the birth of Huitzilopochtli, which is a god, and actually they used to use these little clay pots, and they put everything inside, all the offerings that they were giving to him. And this celebration, they did it on December. On December was when they celebrate this. So when the Spanish came to conquer the country, the religion, when they start to crystallize all the country, they retake this tradition and add it or attach it to the Christmas Eve celebrations. They use it before for the aguinaldo maises, which is now the posadas. If you don't know what is a posada is this celebration that we used to do for like companionship to Mary and Joseph through all the way they have to go into Jesus was born. So all the way they go through before they get to Nazareth. That's pretty much what we know as posada. Normally here in Mexico, the tradition is to like pray, and after that they give you like a little reward for being praying. It was like fruits or maybe also the piñatas too. So after this, they give a meaning to our beautiful piñata. I think we're gonna name it piñata. This is AGF Posada Piñata. And well, the religious meaning that this piñata has is about the 7 deadly signs. Yes, that's correct. Actually, one of which these peaks means one of the 7 deadly signs. For example, one is for the anger, the envy, for the laziness, the gluttony, the greed, and the other signs. The colors and this little glossy fly means the temptation for the signs. So obviously they need to be like really bright colors. It doesn't matter if they match or they don't match. They just have to be bright enough. And also like really metallics, you can use gold, you can use silver, because this is the representation, because all the brightness on the colors gives you temptation and catch your eye. So pretty much that's why they use all these colors, so people can get like a little bit attached. But also they put a band on their eyes because the band has a meaning too. The meaning of the band is the blind faith that you have on God. So that's, if you don't know that either, that's a really way to break a piñata, the really traditional way. You have to have a band on your eyes. So the stick that you use for break the piñata, that one means that one is all the force of the virtue, for you can break all the passions meanwhile you're striking the piñata. That's the meaning of the stick. And also the reward that is inside, all the surprises, the candies, the fruit, and everything. The meaning is once that is pretty much your reward for break all the temptations to the signs. So yes, everything that is inside is kind of what God gives you because you defeat all the signs. So it's a really beautiful meaning. I think it's really thoughtful too. But actually, I have another fact that in some places of Mexico, they don't break these piñatas on the Christmas Eve or in the Posadas Eve. They wait into New Year's Eve for break it because the meaning that they give to them is you have to leave behind all the old and receive the new blessings from the new year. So it's like start all over again. So that's the meaning that they give. I know that this tradition is in Oaxaca, which is one of the places that they follow the tradition of. It's like right, really on the point. And well, also we do another piñatas for celebration. It's not only for Christmas Eve. We also do for birthdays. We do now for these new trendings that are the reveal gender of the babies, baby showers. I don't know, like I do sometimes go to another kind of parties or weddings, and if they are with the Mexican team, they do piñatas too, which is really funny. So maybe you are asking yourself, what is the difference between a birthday piñata, a New Year's Eve piñata, or a Christmas piñatas? Pretty much the difference between them is the kind of celebration that you're giving to. Because pretty much if you relate all the meanings that the piñata has and what it's using for, there's some points on the tradition that keeps like done. Doesn't matter. For example, for the birthdays, we're still using the bright colors. For the New Year's Eve, the meaning is pretty similar to the one for the Christmas Eve. So pretty much they are related, but I think the difference is only the meaning that you're giving for the celebration you're using it. There's many ways, or some different ways to do piñatas. One of the old ones and one of the most common, I remember when I was little that they were like, we're still using them, is the one that is made with crockpot. But I think that people started thinking that they were dangerous, and also a lot of children that get traumatized because it was like really, really hard breaking those kind of piñatas. And also I remember when I was little that if you get like hit by the piñata or something, it was really painful, and sometimes people get blood on their heads and they gotta go to the hospital. So it was really funny. I do miss those times. But now they have to start using another techniques for making the piñatas, like papel maché that was already used with the crock pot, but now without the crock pot, and also the paper board. The paper board is also one of the trendings because now on these days, taking care of the environment is really important too. So, for example, what I do when I have to make piñatas, or I do when I make piñatas, I go around the streets and see if somebody threw away paperboard, and I just pick it up, take it to my place, and make a beautiful piñata. So yes, I'm doing a little bit recycling, and also with the papel maché technique, you can do also the recycling. If you see newspaper on the streets or somebody is gonna throw away a newspaper, you can reuse it and make a beautiful piñata. For the decorations, I think you can get in almost any store or craft stores these kind of materials. For example, what I use for making the piñatas, this paper right here is crepe paper. This one right here looks a little bit like the China paper, but it's not the same. Also, you can use the China paper, the foamy. You can use a craft paper. Also, you can use yarn for the hanger, or you can use raffia, as I did. You can use fabrics. You can use as your imagination can give you. If you already have a design for making a piñata, you can mix and use a lot of textures, a lot of materials, a lot of fabrics for making one. So it's kind of a therapy, actually, because it's really healthy and it's really easy to get your imagination into a piñata. All the rewards and the surprises that can be inside of them can be anything you want. Can be candies, toys, handmade notes, tickets. Also, you can put coloring planner, because I was thinking a while ago. There's this new trending about gender reveals parties. So I saw in some YouTube videos and also Facebook videos that they use this for, like, say if it's boy or if it's girl. And the parents are the ones who has to break the piñata. So for me, that's also pretty nice, you know. And I have also to say something, because maybe you are wondering, okay, you're telling me all the techniques, you're telling me the history, but what people is really interested in know is about the price. What's the fair price to pay for a piñata, and what are, like, something that is abusive? First of all, I have to say that we have to keep in mind, we must keep in mind, that there is something named value added. That is a really meaning that we have to get on our minds, because the value added means about the work, the time, the passion, the creativity, and all that a person puts into a piñata. Maybe you see this and you say, oh, I think that one is really easy to make. Honestly, it isn't. Even if you see like a really simple design, like only one color in all the piñata, trust me, it's not easy and you need a lot of patience. So we people who do this, I consider ourselves really, really patient. The piñateros has to have that. And also a lot of creativity. So I think that a fair price to pay is whatever you consider. Because also, like, you need to know your needs too. Because if you go and buy a piñata for your birthday, you want maybe a special size, a special color, a special design, or maybe about some character of the TV, a TV show, a movie. We never know. So you have to consider and keep in mind your needs, but also the needs of the people who's making this for selling. It doesn't matter if it's in a workshop with a lot of people doing piñatas, or it's just a small house with one person doing piñatas. We never know how many families are getting incomes from those piñatas, how many families you are gonna help. What I can say is that if you see a piñata, and maybe for example this one, it's not really big. Honestly, I think the size is like 30 centimeters, the diameter. It's not really big, but maybe this one, if I want to sell it, I can sell it like in 100 or 150, because it didn't take me a lot of material for make it, and it's not that complicated to do it. It's not easy, but it's not complicated. So pretty much getting on mind how many materials I spent, how much was for the materials also, and how many time it takes me to make this piñata, including my electricity bill, because also that's something that you have to consider when you buy this. People spend water, electricity, and some other services that has to be added on the price. So pretty much, if I do the math, if I sold it on 100 and 150, I will get back my invest, but I'm not winning anything from it. So if you go and see something like this in a store and they want to sell it like 500 Mexican pesos, obviously it's going to be like, no, I'm not going to buy it because it's not that really big and it's not what I'm looking for. So I think pretty much the prices are for common sense. Normally the standard sizes, if you find them between the 250 or 350 Mexican pesos, doesn't matter what design it is, I think it's a really worth it price. If you find another bigger too, and maybe it's like 400 Mexican pesos, it's a worth it price. I think the whole piñatas under the 500 Mexican pesos prices are worth it, doesn't matter the size, the design, or anything. But if you find a really simple piñata and they want to sell it more than 500 Mexican pesos, then I think it's a really expensive one. At least that you don't see that the design or the piñata or the dimension that is worked, because this one is 2D dimension. There's also people who do these 3D dimension piñatas that is like kind of, they can do my face and my body and seeing like it's almost realistic. If it's something like that and really detailed and really well done and taking care of all the details and sees like really, really realistic, then I can think that more than 500 Mexican pesos, it's a fair price to pay. But if it's something really simple and a design, it maybe takes just one color or something, if it's not a big size, then you don't have to pay more about it. But pretty much I think it's more common sense, and that if you feel that it's something that you see and you can say that it's expensive, then try to find it in another place. You never know when you're gonna find in some other places. In my personal opinion, I think it's better to make piñatas, but because I'm a really creative person, I hate to broke piñatas. I'm one of the children that gets traumatized about the crackpot piñatas. So I really enjoy, because when I do for little kids, maybe like for family or my friends' kids or whatever, when I see the reactions, for me it's all worth it. It's like the best price they can pay me is a really, really big smile and getting all excited. Sometimes I do piñatas for people that I know here in Playa, and the kids are like, oh my god, I can't believe it, this is my piñata, I love it. So for me, seeing that reaction is like, I get all excited. And I don't enjoy broke them a lot, because also part of the tradition is that two people, one in one place and the other one in the other place, have to be pulling up and down the piñata, so you can try to broke it and try to hit with the stick, and it's really hard. And I'm a little bit control obsessive person, so when it happens that kind of things that I cannot have the complete control, then I don't like to do those things. So I just prefer to watch people broke the piñatas. I don't like either to go down there and get all the candies and all the surprises that is inside of a piñata. I'm just like, if I saw a kid and say like, hey, can you give me a lollipop or can you give me a bubblegum? I prefer to ask them instead of going there and getting my own. So that's why I do say that I prefer to make piñatas. So pretty much this is all what I have to say right now. So I don't know if you might have some questions, if you want to know a little bit or another fact about piñatas, advices, what could be more simple ways to do piñatas, kind of a tip, or anything that you might need. I think, let me see if someone has questions. Okay, I have here one comment. It says, I agree, piñatas are always fun and can be used to celebrate any moment. Yes, I agree too. I do love have piñatas and make them. no problem. Traditional piñatas bring fruit. Yes, actually they bring fruit. The traditional ones is always having seasonal fruits. It could be tangerines, oranges, nuts, peanuts. Like that was what it was in the real tradition to put inside. But yes, that's a really fact. The traditional ones get fruits inside. So don't get mad if you broke a piñata and there's a lot of fruit. Trust me, people is respecting the tradition and also make you healthy. Okay. When is your favorite moment to break a piñata? What do you like to celebrate with a piñata? Definitely birthdays. And for me, the best moment, it's because I related with this, with the birthday of kids. Because in my family, I have a lot of cousins, and I have my 2 little nieces. So I remember that when I was little, when the kids starts getting like, they don't know what to do, my family used to say like, this is the right moment for the piñatas. So they start yelling like, hey, come on, it's time to break piñatas, and all the kids get excited and yeah, let's go. So it was really fun, but I do love any season for break piñatas, you know, can be birthdays, can be Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. I mean, I would love to break piñatas every single day of the year. Not break them, just wait for the surprises. Okay, here says Ale Peña, now you can find piñatas, any figure or character for children's party. Yes, that's true, that's correct. Now it's a little bit more simple because we have all these business that prints for you already like the figure, or for, speaking by me, I like to make all the draw of the figure and take all the little pieces from make one. But yes, the children's fashions of today give you a lot of material. They have a really creative characters. It doesn't matter if it's like really simple like Peppa Pig or it's something more complicated like Paw Patrol. That is something that is really fashion in kids now. Both of them are challenging, and it's really nice to see how this business, because it's a business, can be growing up, you know. It's amazing, amazing. I love you kids. Any specific models or colors that you prefer to make or use? I have an attachment for the pink. So normally, all the time that do piñatas, I wear pink. I just realized that. But I think I prefer children's topics, children's parties, characters, and everything, because for me it's really challenging. But also, I love to do the models of beach parties, like palm trees, pineapples, sandals. I love to do that too. Ale Peña says, thank you for your explanation of the meaning of piñatas. You're totally welcome. I'm not a huge expert, but I do my best. So I think this is all the questions that we have now. I don't know if someone else has another question. Yes, thank you, Wizard. You can follow me on Instagram. I would really like to. And well, obviously, we know that we are in a really special time of the year. This is a really special season for sharing with family, for sharing with all our friends if we live far from our homes. The situation of the pandemic and the COVID-19 has everybody in their homes doing quarantines. Especially talking about me, this year taught me a lot, so I really hope you guys learn too. I think we need to get more compassionate to another human beings. We have to start making love, doing love, giving love, because that's what the humanity needs right now. So I know these holidays are not going to be as the same as we are used to. they are gonna be totally different. But I think this still been timing for joy, it's still timing for hoping, and it still the perfect time for taking care of ourselves and the ones that we love. So I want to wish you from me and from AGF Mexico Properties, also from Wizard Riviera Maya, a really happy holidays. I hope you guys can have the joy of sharing with family, and if you don't know, or if you don't, take advantage of all this technology that we have now, video chats, Facebook's live, Instagram's live, internet everywhere, so you can be sharing with the family. Remember that taking care a lot, if you take care of yourself, you take care of the others. I don't have my mask right now because it will be really uncomfortable being talking with the mask on, but I do now when I finish, put it again, because we have to take care of us and take care of the others so these can finish as soon as it can. So never forget to use your mask. Have a really nice holidays, happy Christmas, happy New Year's Eve, and I hope to see you everybody doing well and doing fine the next year. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more lives with Wizard in AGF Mexico Properties.